Hey guys, what's up? I'm Brandon and welcome to the Snap Change Media car review of the facelifted Audi Q8. It will cost you about 2 million rand to jump inside the entry-level model, although this is the 55 TFSI Quattro with a black edition trim. So it has a 3-litre turbocharged V6 petrol engine that's mated to an 8-speed automatic that sends power to all 4 wheels. It will cost you 2 million rand, but this particular model has been kitted with over 140,000 rand worth of kit. So let's jump straight into this video. With the black edition trim, you get in the S-Line package together with a more sporty exterior and some other bits that Audi have put together that are favorites. You get in this blacked out grille in the front with some high gloss black finishing. The Audi logos are also blacked out and they look very attractive, very sporty, very edgy. The air dams on the side are also blacked out and they have a nice high gloss bezeling around them. There's parking sensors up front, a parking camera up front and a nice bulgy bonnet that houses that V6 petrol engine. This model has also been kitted with HD matrix LED daytime running lights with laser HD lights. Very powerful. They also have 4 different light signatures. The side profile of the Q8 is very aggressive and very sporty, and you can really appreciate its coupe-like styling and see how much it differs from the Q7. Same platform that the Q8 is built on is the same platform that's used in the Lamborghini Urus as well as the VW Touring. This model rides on 23-inch alloys and they're wrapped in Continental Sport Contact 6s. It's 285s and they're very wide. They give you a nice footprint on the road, especially with the Quattro all-wheel drive system. The wheel cladding is color-coded. These mirrors are carbon fiber. That comes with a carbon fiber kit that will cost you an extra 32,000 rand. Down below over here, there's also some carbon fiber trim that runs all the way down. Color-coded door handles with keyless entry. Nice sloping roofline with these blacked out roof rails. These doors are pillarless and they also have soft close, so just close it like that and then the motor seals the door closed by itself. Like I said, very aggressive, very stylish. There are rear disc brakes in the front and rear disc brakes at the rear. Very aggressive looking car. At the rear you get in a subtle boot spoiler that really accentuates the coupe-like styling. It has an integrated brake light inside it. There's a shark fin antenna above, privacy glass tint on the rear window with some high gloss black finishing down over here. LED lighting system that is very bright. You can also option for a OLED lighting system. It has carbon fiber trim in the center over here with Audi logos that are blacked out because of the black edition trim. Q8 logo is blacked out and there's a red S-Line badge as well. Down below there's also a blacked out diffuser vibe that I think looks very cool, especially because it houses the real exhaust pipes, real twin exhaust pipes. I like that. There's also parking sensors at the rear with a parking camera that make up the 360 view camera. But let's jump inside. Jumping to the inside, it's a very plush and well finished interior. It feels luxurious. There's nice high quality materials, but there's also some questionable hard plastics like the silver bit in the center and along the side here. But then there's also some nice Alcantara finishing and some nice soft touch materials. The dashboard I wish could feel a bit better and look more modern, but it's a very comfortable interior. Like I said, the seats are plush, they feel good, electronically operated, and they're wrapped in these leather with the S embroidery, or embossed rather, on the backrest. So the front 2 seats have heating capabilities. The rear seats have no heating capabilities. You'll have to pay extra for that. Because this is the black edition, you get some S-Line finishing, like a S-Line steering wheel that looks very good and it feels very nice in the hand. These perforated bits really grip, and yeah, very nice steering wheel. It's round with no flat bottom. There are paddle shifters at the back, very nice and cute, and they work very well. You also get silver pedals down below, very sporty vibe, and a panoramic sunroof. On the dashboard it says Quattro and it has some nice ambient lighting at night which lights up very nicely. So cockpit, you get a digital driver display, and this model has also been kitted with heads-up display unit, and that will cost you extra. I'll put the price up on the screen. It has 2 screens in the center. The screen down below, let's just start the car up. The screen down below is for the climate control, and then the one above is for the infotainment system and it hosts the MMI system, which has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It works wirelessly, but there's also a built-in satellite navigational system that I like. And what I like about it is when you need to type in there, this bottom screen works as the keyboard. Very cool, very functional as well. So this screen is the controller for the climate control, dual zone climate control. There's also a rear climate control. You can put it off for now. Also has seat heating over there. Then down here is drive select mode button. It has different drive modes like off-road, all-road, efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic and individual. In all-road and off-road mode, it will raise the suspension, the air suspension, or it will drop it down in like dynamic mode. It's also individual mode where you can set up various drive modes like the steering response. Let's show you. So drive system can be changed between 3 modes: efficient, balance, dynamic. Suspension also has 3 modes: dynamic, balance, comfortable. Steering, comfortable, balance or dynamic. So let's put the steering like that. Suspension and comfortable, balance, dynamic drive system. This dashboard is a bit dated. We're very familiar with this dashboard. Yeah, but it's a very neat and nice interior, like I said. In the center here, there's 2 cup holders. There's an electronic park brake with an automatic auto hold button down below. A nice big and imposing gear selector, which I like. I like it, but it does take up a bit of space here in the center. Like the center console, nice to hold your arm on and all of that, but when you flip it up, there's no space in the center to put your phone, because this is also where the wireless charger is for your phone, so it gets very hot inside. There's no cooling system over here. 2 USB connectivity points are also here, so if you plug your phone in, it also hinders the space. I don't know about that. Jumping into the rear bench, the luxury continues. It also has soft touch close at the rear, which is, like I said, a very cool addition. At the back, the seats feel very comfortable, very plush. Again, soft touch finishing with these Alcantara bits, soft touch finishing on the door handles. And on the side, it also has ashtrays. There's 2 USB Type-C connectivity points down there. There's a lighter in the 12-volt socket as well. There's a nice digital display for the rear climate control with air vents in the center and air vents on the side. There's also lights above here with a blacked out roof lining and the panoramic sunroof, which spans quite far to the back. Very comfortable, and like I said, the Q5 is a bit wider than the Q7, so you can feel that room at the back. 3 passengers could comfortably sit at the back over here. These seats at the back also have a 3-way split, so the center bit can fold all the way down. You can put something through to the bin to the back, or you can just collect it easy like that, or folding it up, fold this down. There's the cup holders, very premium feeling. Yeah, it also has a Bang & Olufsen sound system that sounds very cool. The acoustics of this car is very nice. These slides at the back are a bit cheap. I wish that they could be a bit more premium. I also do wish that they could have some privacy sliding blinds at the back, especially at this price point. But very cool car. Let's check the boot space at the back. The Q8 has an electronic boot lid which you can open in various ways. You can open it from the driver's seat. You can press the button over here. It also has a hands-free gesture where you slide your foot under the bumper and it will open, or you can double click on the key. Boot space is rated at 604 liters and it can expand up to 1751 liters if the seats are folded down. You also get a space-saving spare tire down below, and I think that's very cool. The Q5 is also equipped with a tow bar that comes out like this electronically. Let's go for a drive in the new Audi Q8. So Audi is a luxury brand and it's known for its comfortability, its sporty nature and its German refinement. And the Q8 has been all of that. It's been very comfortable, it felt very luxurious, and it felt decently sporty. Anything more sporty than this, you'll have the option for the S or the RS models. But this model has felt very stable and very sturdy. The chassis feels well put together, solid and lightweight. It's built on the VW Group's MLB Evo platform, and that's the same platform and underpinnings that's used by the Lamborghini Urus, the Bentley Bentayga, the Porsche Cayenne, as well as the VW Touring. It rides comfortably on Audi adaptive air suspensioning with continuous dampening control. Steering feels precise, direct and well weighted. It features a speed-sensitive electromechanical progressive steering system. So the faster you turn and the more snappy you turn, the more the wheels will turn. It's not too exaggerated and I do quite like that. The Audi Q8 comes standard with 22-inch alloys, although this test unit has been kitted with 23-inch alloys, which is an optional extra, adding to the curb appeal while also aiding to a more sporty driving experience. The Audi Q8 lineup is strong with different trim levels and engines to choose from. There's a V8 4-litre twin-turbo petrol engine that is Audi's most powerful engine yet. And then there's also a 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine, which is the engine I would option for if I was in the market for a daily commuter. The model we're testing is the Audi Q8 55 TFSI, and it's powered by a 3-litre turbocharged V6 petrol engine with mild hybrid technology, and it delivers 250 kilowatts and 500 Newton meters of torque to all four wheels via a 8-speed Tiptronic ZF sourced gearbox. Power delivery feels smooth, it's responsive and it's decently linear with minimal turbo lag. The engine delivers a lot of torque, so 500 Newton meters is quite a bit and you can feel that power. When shifting over to dynamic mode, it is also quite rewarding, but I do wish that it had a bit more of a growl to it. Fuel economy is also fairly decent. I've seen numbers around 14 to 15, pushing on 16 on my long-term figures, but that is because I've been testing the car out. So up front you get a multifunctional steering wheel with perforated bits and they feel very nice in hand. The perforated bits are actually very sticky and they do a good job. The steering wheel is not flat bottom, but yeah, this is Audi's new style, no more flat bottom steering wheel. You get a dual screen in the center, one for the infotainment screen that also doubles as a reverse view camera that has 360 view, as well as a camera in the front, a camera on the sides and a camera at the rear. The rear screen is for the climate control and you're capable of changing both climate speeds and climate temperatures. And then it has a digital driver display which is also very clear and precise, although I'm not too fond of that black, dark and color scheme. It just looks a bit dull and boring. But it does have various different views that you can customize how you want it to look. It will also show you the built-in sat-nav on the driver display unit, which I think is very cool. It also has a heads-up display unit which shows you various things like driving speed, navigational prompts, and that can also be customizable, so you can look at that without taking your eyes off the road. Driving the Q8 feels very comfortable, it feels relaxing and you feel confident as well, because you know it has a wide range of capabilities. It can be very sporty and it can also be a off-road cruiser. So it has various drive modes like comfort, auto, dynamic, efficiency, individual, off-road and all-road. So this is easily adjusted by the driver select mode, which is a bit far to reach, but it's over there on the left hand side down below. These drive modes change the dynamics of the car. Like in dynamic mode, it becomes more sporty, the suspension drops down, the air suspension becomes tighter, and the drive dynamics increase tremendously. And then in comfort mode, the ride raises a bit, it becomes a bit softer and more comfortable, and the driving is just a bit more comfortable. The Audi Q8 rivals the BMW X6, the Mercedes-Benz GLE Coupe, as well as the Range Rover Sport.